What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to take a look at Clefable in the Great League. It's also going to be fantastic for Ultra League as well, like you guys know. Reason being, tonight at 6 p.m. your local time. I know a lot of you, it may have already passed, but for about half the world it still hasn't happened yet. So 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time, Clefairy is going to be coming to Pokemon Go for a Spotlight Hour. This Spotlight Hour is like a mini community day if we think about that, knowing that we have 2 times Stardust, we have a great PvP Pokemon that we could possibly get PvP IVs for, and it has a shiny chance. So it's a triple threat, triple win right here. So down below, as you guys can see, for Great League, the best IV is going to be 0, 13, 15, and for Ultra League, it's going to be 100% IV, 15, 15, 15, and you can also make it a best buddy. Now the Clefable, I should say, shiny, isn't too different. Its ears are just green, which is okay, but today we're going to showcase it in some Great League battles. Now, as you guys can see right here, my Clefable is actually one I'm going to be bringing to the Ultra League, but I'm kind of stopping it at Great League for now until I get a better one to replace this Great League one, because its stats are for Ultra League, but I can utilize it in the time being. Now, moveset you want to have is Charm, Psychic, and Meteor Mash. It's a fantastic moveset. And farther on the left, we have 3 teams that we've built that can build around a Clefable. So all these battles were against members of the community, as Go Battle League is currently still down as of recording this video. If you guys want to know more information, there's going to be a link down below where you guys can find out what's going on with Niantic and Go Battle League, but these are friend battles against the community. So getting into game 1 here. Again, we're going to be utilizing all 3 of these teams in different battles here. This one is the Stunfisk Lead versus Toxicroak. So a hard lead loss, but we're going to go into the Clefable on the safe switch right here. They instantly swap into Azumarill, knowing that I would swap myself. But what's great about this matchup is Clefable, because of the charm damage, can win out in the 2 shield. As long as I shield twice, we can beat this Azumarill. So we are going to be going into that to maintain switch advantage, because I need to line up that Jumpluff versus the Azumarill. So Meteor Mash here, going to be doing neutral damage against the Azumarill. Hopefully we get a shield, which we do. Fantastic. So now we're just going to completely commit to the farm down right here. I'll have loaded energy on the back end, so I don't need to worry about not getting their shield right here, because what I want to do is completely farm down and fire off a charge move against the next Pokemon that's going to be coming in. So Azumarill is going to go down, so we win that matchup, which is fantastic. And then we are going to see the Toxicroak now come back in, which tells me they may have something weak in the back to our Clefable right here, potentially Altaria. So we're going to be going for the Meteor Mash right there. We get the shield. Toxicroak is going to get chunked by these charms right here because of the fighting typing. So we get it extremely low. Fantastic. Jumpluff is going to be really set up now. And we still have our Galarian Stunfisk as well. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Jumpluff right here, start farming for energy. And we're going to go for the charge move, but they pull the trigger very early, which tells me this is probably a Mud Bomb. So I'm going to try to commit to the over farm right here. So it is a Mud Bomb, which is fantastic. We're going to be seeing a swap now into Umbreon. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Energy Ball right here. This is going to be doing neutral damage against the Umbreon, but we also need to get our energy back so we can fire off an Aerial Ace potentially at the end. So now we're going to switch into the Galarian Stunfisk right here. It's going to do pretty well against the Umbreon. This is a very neutral matchup, but Umbreon does still have, or actually no, they don't have any more shields, so we're going to be going straight for the Earthquake right here, as it's going to be the harder hitting move in this matchup for the Galarian Stunfisk. So another charge move coming through. This is going to be another foul play. Not going to do a lot of damage to us, but we are going to be going for the Earthquake right here. This is not going to KO the Umbreon from this range, being that Umbreon is very bulky. This is going to be neutral, and Galarian Stunfisk is more of a tank. It gets it very low, which is fantastic, and I need to get to this Rock Slide to take out this Umbreon before it can load up on some extra energy. Now, this Rock Slide will be taking out the Umbreon, and Toxicroak is so low with no energy that Mud Shots will actually be able to finish it off because it's super effective damage. So great first battle right there. Again, that Clefable on safe switch is fantastic against Azumarill. Let's go ahead and move into the next one, shall we? So we saw right there, we utilized the Clefable as a safe switch. If they don't have a hard counter for it, they have more of a neutral counter, seeing that Azumarill then come in, and notice how they had Umbreon as well on the back. So the Clefable can break apart a lot of teams if they don't have those steel or poison types in order to take down the Clefable. So we are going to be going into this next battle here with a Clefable lead. So this is going to be team 1, and we lose lead against Skarmory Skarmory here. So we're going to be going straight into Defense Form Deoxys. Defense Form Deoxys, even though it's currently unavailable to get in the game, when it does come back, it's going to be fantastic to get because it can win a lot of flipped matchups with energy. So right here against a Lowland Ninetales, who's is part Ice type, is going to be taking super effective damage from Rock Slide, which is fantastic. Counter damage as well is going to be doing neutral against this Alolan Ninetales. So we are really in a good position to win switch advantage back and line up Galarian Stunfisk against the Skarmory. So we land a Rock Slide right there. It's going to be doing super effective damage, and Charm, even though it chunks and does a lot of damage, it cannot gain energy very quickly. So we're going to go ahead and shield this Psyshock now coming through, and then we're going to commit to the farm down right here. Risk it for the biscuit, commit for the farm down, and we'll have to see what they bring in. If the Skarmory, we have Thunderbolt for it, but we'll have to see what comes in now. So it's going to be a Shift Tree. Okay, so this is actually really solid for us. We're going to be pressuring a shield right here with this Rock Slide. It's going to do quite a bit of damage. Now, we're not going to switch lock ourselves. We still have Clefable, which can come in and do absolute damage to this Shift Tree because it is part Dark typing, so Charm's going to be doing a lot. I know Leaf Blade still does quite a bit, so we're going to go ahead and shield, and I'm anticipating their swap now into Skarmory. So we see the swap into Skarmory. We're instantly going to go into Galarian Stunfisk right here and soak the Sky Attack, which is fantastic. This is going to be resisted by the Galarian Stunfisk, and then now we're going to be able to go for Rock Slides, which are going to be doing neutral damage right here. So really solid lineup right here. Again, having a great safe switch is really the key when you lose lead. As we saw in game 1, it was Clefable. In this game, it was Defense Form Deoxys. They can provide good safe switches. I think Deoxys is a more well-rounded safe switch than Clefable because Clefable can get locked down hard by a lot of Pokemon, so it's not going to be the most optimal, but right now we're just going to be going for Rock Slides. We can win this matchup against the Skarmory right here, and I'm anticipating that they might swap soon. So we'll have to see what they decide to do. They are deciding to swap, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Rock Slide right here. And then I'm going to swap now, or actually I'm going to undercharge it because I'm going to swap into my Clefable right here to soak the charge move. And then I'm going to try to farm more energy down with Clefable. And we should be able to get it. Yeah, we should be able to get it down. And then the Skarmory is now going to come back in. It has loaded energy, so this could be a Flash Cannon. If it is, so be it, but it's only a Sky Attack, so now it's going to be a race with fast move damage, and Charm's going to be able to finish off right there. So good game 2 right there. Let's go ahead and move into the next. All right, moving into the next battle here. I believe this is going to be a Lowland Marowak now, as we've seen Team 1 and 2. So this is going to be a Lowland Marowak, and it's against Bastiodon. This is a bad matchup for us. It's okay late game when we have energy, but we got to get out of there right away. We're going to come into a Azumarill, and we're going to start loading up on energy. The Bastiodon is loading up, and they swap into an Ivysaur. So this is actually pretty good for us because we're so far ahead on energy right here that we can just go straight Ice Beams against this Ivysaur, which is going to be perfect for us. We need to try to get to another one right here. Now, I make an errant judgment. I think I could survive a Power Whip right here, but we don't. So that was a bad call. I definitely should have shielded right there because I had so much energy advantage on this Ivysaur that was a key mistake in that matchup. And it's going to really hurt me come later on in this battle because a Lowland Marowak now has to basically commit to farming down this Ivysaur. So a Sludge Bomb now is going to come through, not going to do a lot, but still, the damage is enough to chip away. We have to go for the Bone Club now because I don't want him to get another charge move because then we're going to be within range of just pure smackdowns instantly taking us out. So we have shield advantage, but they still have Bastiodon, which is something we can't really beat. We're going to be going for Bone Clubs right now. This Bone Club is going to be doing super effective damage, but not a lot to the Bastiodon. We do get a shield, which is great. We're going to try to go for another Bone Club right here. And then I'm hoping that they don't try to farm me down, so I'm going to now swap into Clefable. But they actually go for the charge move right here. So if I would have kept a Lowland Marowak in, I could have let him go down and waste the energy on the Bastiodon. As Charm's still going to do a decent amount, even though it's heavily resisted. But now we're going to see a Haunter come in, and this is just bad news bears for us. So now I know this is Shadow Punch. It was way too quick to be Shadow Ball, so we're going to go ahead and let it go through. And then we're just going to commit to the farm down right here. I need to have loaded energy on the back end for the Bastiodon. Another charge move coming through, so we're going to go ahead and shield. But this is going to come down to the wire. If I can get a little bit of extra energy on my Lowland Marowak, we potentially could get a Bone Club. So now we're going to be going for Meteor Mash right here. I can't risk basically going down before getting off a charge move. So now we're going to try to do as much charm damage as we can. Switch timers up. I'm going to try to switch to a Lowland Marowak. We can't. Going to try to go for the Bone Club right here, but we're one fast move away right there. So really good battle right there, but I definitely made a mistake with that Azumarill on the swap. Should have gone into 2 shields against the Ivysaur. So let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Alright, so that was a good battle. We made an error in judgment with our Azumarill, but that's okay. So this next battle we have Stunfisk versus Stunfisk on the lead. So we're utilizing Team 2 right here. And my opponent didn't get enough fast move, so I went ahead and let him hit a couple more times. But now we're going to be going for Earthquake right here. Earthquake's going to be doing super effective damage in the mirror. Definitely the move you want to use in order to land super effective damage. Now we get a shield. And I forgot which Pokemon I had on this team, because I had so many teams built, but we're going to have to shield right here, I believe, and it's going to be a Rock Slide. So good play by my opponent going for the shield bait. Now I know this next charge move is likely going to be an Earthquake because they did utilize a shield bait right there. So we're going to go ahead and go into double shield. It is going to be an Earthquake, and we're going to go for an Earthquake ourselves right here. If they don't shield, fantastic. That's ideal right now in this situation, which they don't, which is great. Now we see them swap into Vigoroth, so we're just going to go ahead and go into the Clefable right here. Now, in a no-shield situation, we're not going to beat this Vigoroth, but we're going to be able to get it low enough so that we can come in and kind of farm some energy on the Jumpluff and potentially take out whatever they have in the back, because utilizing Stunfisk on their end as a lead, which is an anti-flyer, they could potentially have something that's weak to Jumpluff. So we're going to go ahead and just try to do as much damage as we can, which is great. Now we're going to be bringing in the Jumpluff here and farm all of that health that Vigoroth has with fast move damage on our Jumpluff with Bullet Seed, because we're going to get a lot of energy. We are going to get hit by a Body Slam, but that's going to be okay. It's not going to do enough to be dangerous right here. It just chips away a little bit of health, and we're just going to farm extra energy. They do still have 1 shield. Their Stunfisk is low, and the last Pokemon is Azumarill. So we got to be careful here. Azumarill does have access to Ice Beam, which is going to be doing double super effective damage against the Jumpluff, but Energy Ball as well will do quite a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap into our own Jumpluff right here. They decide to swap into our Stunfisk. They decide to swap into their own Stunfisk, and now we have loaded energy right here, and we're just going to go straight Rock Slide. We need to pressure health and shields here on the Azumarill. So we do get the shield, which is fantastic. We're going to try to go for another Rock Slide, which we do. Now they are going to be going for, I think, an Ice Beam. I believe in this matchup, or they may not have Ice Beam. I think that's the call right here. They didn't have Ice Beam. So I believe this is going to be a Play Rough now coming through, because they're running Play Rough Hydro Pump. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a Play Rough, and that's okay because we couldn't get to the Rock Slide right there, but Jumpluff is going to be able to come in and go straight for the Aerial Ace right here, which is why I saved some of that energy and decided to swap into the Stunfisk. So that is going to be a good game right there. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. All right. So, not sure what we're on now. Maybe this is 5. I think this is 5. We'll have to see what team this is right here. This is going to be Team 1. Okay, so Clefable versus Toxicroak. Fantastic lead for us, which is great. I love this kind of lead. Now they're going to be swapping into Skarmory. Beautiful. We're going to go into our Galarian Stunfisk. Reason being, it can counter the Skarmory and it loses hard to Toxicroak. So this is the most ideal matchup for us, which is why we have it as a cover. Now against Skarmory, we're only going to be doing neutral damage with Rock Slide. There's no super effective damage that we could possibly have. Defense Form Deoxys does have access to Thunderbolt, which will be doing super effective damage, but this is more ideal for us because we can resist all the moves coming from the Skarmory right here. So we're going to be going for another Rock Slide, and what I'm going to try to do is do my best to overcharge energy so that when I do take out this Skarmory, I have enough energy to do some more damage against the Toxicroak that will likely be coming in, because I need to start threatening shields on that end. Even though we're going to win this matchup right here, I need to have some loaded energy to pressure shields against this Toxicroak. So another Rock Slide now coming through. That is going to take out the Skarmory, and we have the, I believe this is going to be a Haunter actually coming in. We're going to be going for Rock Slide. I noticed that it said doing super effective damage, and it is a Haunter, so this is actually pretty dangerous for us, and I should have swapped right away into Clefable. because now it has loaded energy. So this is actually really dangerous for us. We're going to come in with a Clefable. Reason being, we can't bring in Defense Form Deoxys against the Haunter. It's going to be doing super effective damage. Now, we are going to have to go 2 shields against this Haunter right here, and they have so much energy that one of these charge moves could be a Shadow Ball. So we are just double shielding right here, and we're just going to commit to the farm down. Now, they may swap out, but they aren't. But they are getting another charge move. I'm like, please just be a Shadow Punch. Just be a Shadow Punch. Thank goodness. Okay, so 3 Shadow Punches in a row, which is fine. We're going to go straight for the Meteor Mash right here to threaten the shields here on the Toxicroak if they let it land and do a decent amount. And then we're going to swap into Defense Form Deoxys because I need to save Clefable for the end, because this is going to come down to the wire actually, because of basically a misplay on my end for letting them farm energy on Haunter. So Defense Form Deoxys, Mud Bomb, and Sludge Bomb are going to be doing neutral damage. Thunderbolt as well is going to be quite nice here in this matchup. Going to get the Toxicroak pretty low right here. Thunderbolt now sets us up to finish off with 1 fast move. That's basically the goal right here, because I know they're trying to overload on energy and they're going to be going for a Sludge Bomb right here in order to take us out. So they do go for the Sludge Bomb, and then the Toxicroak is going to go down to 1 fast move, and that is going to be a GG. All right, moving into the next battle here. So we have a Lowland Marowak versus Bastiodon. Again, this is so rough. Okay, so we're going to stay in this matchup a little bit. We're going to be going for a Bone Club just to do some extra chip damage right here. And then we're going to look to swap into a Azumarill on the charge move to soak the Stone Edge. So we chip away the health. We get some more loaded energy on Lowland Marowak. We're going to swap into a Azumarill now. They're going to be going for Stone Edge right here. So this is more ideal because the Stone Edge is not going to do a lot of damage to the Azumarill. We can soak that. We can start getting ahead on energy. But we're going to see a Zapdos come in. And this is kind of dangerous because Zapdos can gain energy so quickly and really pressure your shields and health right away. So we do get a shield from them right there. Now, I probably should just let Azumarill now go down, if I'm being honest. But I decide, you know what, I could go into 2 shields right here. Maybe I'm ahead enough on energy to be able to get to another Ice Beam. So we do get another Ice Beam, which is great. So now we take it into a potentially 0 shield matchup for our Lowland Marowak versus Bastiodon. So we get 2 shields, that's fantastic. But then I make a mistake right here. I should have just let Azumarill go down and keep shield advantage and maybe come in. But I decided to go for another shield, thinking I could maybe get to the Ice Beam, but they had so much energy that it's not going to happen. So that was a mistake right there. Definitely should have just let the Azumarill go down and then bring in Clefable and farm all of this health right here. So they're going to be getting off another charge move, which is why Zapdos is so deadly with that Legacy Thunder Shock as a fast move, and it just does so much damage to my team. So it took out Azumarill and it got Clefable very, very low. Now we're going to see Meganium now come in, so I need to get to this Meteor Mash in time. I have to. But they get off a charge move right away. So that things are not looking good right now. We have a Lowland Marowak with some loaded energy. We're going to see the swap now into Bastiodon. We're going to be going straight Bone Club right here. I need to get this the Bastiodon low and try to farm. I probably could have gone for Shadow Ball, if I'm being honest right there. I think that would have helped me out and given me that extra bit of health that I needed. But yeah, this is tough. So we go down right there. So some misplays right there, but let's go ahead and move into the next one. So it's really tough right there against Zapdos in the mid game. That was the first time I actually ever faced against it in the Great League. So really cool to see it play. It's definitely a threat. Now we have a Lowland Marowak versus Stunfisk on this one. So another lead loss right here. Because they can spam the rock slides, but what we're going to try to do is not only do super effective damage right back because we're doing Fire Spin and Bone Club, but we're going to try to catch the rock slide on our Azumarill. So we're going to swap right now. This should be the rock slide, and we're catching it on the Azumarill and maintaining the health on our Lowland Marowak. So they're likely going to swap out, which they do. They come in with the Beedrill. Okay, so we can be going for Ice Beams right now. This is going to be doing quite a bit of damage if it goes unshielded from the Beedrill, but they will likely shield right here. So we do get a shield. That is fantastic. Now I'm hoping they don't commit to the farm down. I want them to use their energy, which they do right here. Okay, beautiful. We're going to go ahead and let Azumarill go down now. There's a lot of health on that Beedrill for us to load up on energy. So we're going to swap now, or bring in a Lowland Marowak and try to farm all the health on Beedrill right here with Fire Spin. So we know that they have access to Drill Run. This is a Community Day Beedrill. So we are going to be shielding, as it will be doing super effective damage to us. Lowland Marowak now set up pretty good. We're going to commit it to the farm down. Hopefully they don't get another charge move off, but they do. So now we have to go into double shield, but that's okay. If Galarian Stunfisk comes back in, it's behind on energy. There's really no energy on it, and we have a lot of loaded energy on our Lowland Marowak. So we'll have to see what they decide to bring in. I'm watching top right corner to see what comes in, and it is going to be the Galarian Stunfisk, so we're going to go straight for Bone Clubs right here. And what I'm going to try to do is catch another charge move on my Clefable. So we're going to go for back-to-back right here. And actually, I don't try to catch it. I think I just commit to straight swapping in order to finish off with fast moves and not get hit by a Rock Slide. No, I do try to catch it. Okay, so I do catch it, which is great. We keep a Lowland Marowak alive with loaded energy. Again, we're able to catch the Rock Slide here on the Clefable. They swap into Vigoroth. So this is actually really, really good for us because Vigoroth is going to have to use its energy in order to take us out, basically. Counter's not going to do enough damage, but Charm right here is just going to start destroying. But they are committing to the farm down, which is great. Came really close. Now, hopefully they don't have a Bulldoze. If this is Bulldoze, I think it's game over, but I don't think they farmed enough energy to get to Bulldoze. This is just going to be a Body Slam, which we resist, which is beautiful. We're just going to be going for fast moves now, and Galarian Stunfisk is now going to come back in, and we're going to finish off with fast moves alone, and that is going to be a GG. So I think that was the last battle. We'll see if there's one more. Nope, there's one more. Let's go into the final one here. So, actually, I think there's two more. Yeah, there's two more. So, this match, we have Clefable, so Team 1 versus Azumarill here on the lead. So, we know that in the 2-shield we can win, so we're going to stay in with that. Going for just straight charm damage and wanting to land a Meteor Mash if we can, but we'll likely see a shield from them. So we're going to shield ourselves. Again, I don't want Ice Beam Hydro Pump to be hitting the Clefable. It's going to be a Hydro Pump. Beautiful. That's a great shield right there. We're going to commit to farming down, and then we're going to pull the trigger on Meteor Mash because we do want to get to shield from them. If we go into 2 shields, we need them to be in a 1-shield situation, which we do get a shield, so that's great. And now I'm okay, or I'm comfortable with going into 2 shields right here because I can farm down the Azumarill for energy and fire off a charge move on the back end. So we're just going to commit to the farm down. We have lots of loaded energy. We'll have to see what comes in. It's going to be Galarian Stunfisk. I should have swapped right here. So I go for Meteor Mash, but this is not going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, I should have held the energy right there. But I decided actually just to stay in because Charm is still kind of chunking this Galarian Stunfisk. We get it to 50% HP, which is beautiful. This is ideal, but we can't bring in our own Galarian Stunfisk because we are unshielded, so we're going to bring in Defense Form Deoxys, and we're going to make a mistake right here. So Earthquake now going to be coming through. It's going to do quite a bit of damage against Defense Form Deoxys, and what I'm going to try to do is catch the charge move on my own Stunfisk, or I go for Rock Slide right here, actually, to pressure the shield right here of Galarian Stunfisk, which we do get a shield, and now I'm going to swap into my own to try to catch the Rock Slide, but I made an error. They go for Earthquake. I should have definitely just stayed in with my Defense Form Deoxys and let him go down so that I can farm energy right here because Altaria is now going to come in, and we're not going to be able to get to 3 Rock Slides in time. So, as you guys can see, if I played that out of letting Deoxys go down to a charge move and then load up on energy on Stunfisk, we would have done a lot better in this matchup, and we would have been able to win in this given situation because right now Dragon Breath is going to do too much damage against my team. So Altaria does get very, very low, and they're going to be able to farm us down. And then a Sky Attack now is going to come through. This is not going to finish off Defense Form Deoxys, but we don't have enough time to get to a Rock Slide versus this Altaria in order to take it out. So that's going to be a GG right there. So really good battles right there. I did say the final battle, but that was the final one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think Clefable is very, very strong. It's not meta dominant, but it's good, right? In Great League, it has its roles. It takes care of those fighters, those dragons, those darks. It does really well. You just got to build strong teams around it. So be sure if you guys can today from 6 to 7 p.m. in your local time to be out there catching Clefairies. I believe it's going to be Clefairies are going to be in the wild. So you can get your PvP IVs, you can get your shiny, and then possibly, hopefully get a 100% IV as well for Ultra League. So let me know down in the comments if you guys enjoyed this video. Do you guys want to see more Spotlight Hour videos if a Pokemon is going to be good for PvP? We can definitely do that here on the channel. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.